Home. Focus. Control. Selected. Screen recording. Control. Voiceover tutorial. Button. Selected. Select the next item. On each page of this tutorial, you will select the previous item. You just practice the gesture to activate an item. Some items can be activated, which performs their default action. This is similar to clicking the mouse on the item, or pressing a button to submit a form. To activate the selected item, tap the screen twice with one finger. Double tap with one finger to move to the next page. Practice navigating. Now, you'll practice the commands you just learned by navigating a practice page. All practice pages like this will have steps to complete, a practice area, and a continue button. When you complete a step, you'll hear a sound and VoiceOver will announce the next step. This is the first step. Swipe right to select the button labeled Practice. Practice. Button. Step completed. Now, double tap with one finger to activate the button. Step completed. Now, swipe right again to move to the Continue button. Step completed. Now, double tap with one finger to activate the previous lesson, but Continue button. Touch to select and speak an item. Another way to select an item is to tap the screen. Wherever you touch or tap, VoiceOver will select and speak the item under your finger. You can tap around the screen, or drag your finger, to immediately select a different item. Continue button. Swipe right to reach the practice area. Practice. Fruit salad ingredients. Step completed. Now, strawberries. Fruit salad ingredients. Pears. Grapes. Apple. Step completed. Now, continue dragging downward to select the Continue button. Double tap it to move to the next page. Apples. Continue. Continue. Scroll. In a scroll area, doing a scroll gesture will move to a screen or page in the direction you scroll. You can swipe with 3 fingers in any direction to complete the scroll gesture. Practice it now. Continue. Practice. Step completed. Now, swipe up with 3. Practice. Page 2 of 2. Step completed. Now, swipe right to select the horizontal scroll area. Step complete. Continue button. Pause VoiceOver speech. You can temporarily disable VoiceOver using the pause gesture. Repeating the gesture or moving selection to another item will restart speech. Tap once with 2 fingers. Tap once with 2 fingers. Continue button. Tap once with 2 fingers. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue button. Adjust the speaking rate. On this page, you'll use a slider to adjust VoiceOver's speaking rate, or how quickly or slowly it speaks. Continue button. Swipe right to practice. Speaking rate is now 80%. Adjustable. Speaking rate is now 60%. Step completed. Now, speaking rate is 55%. Continue button. VoiceOver essentials completed. Great job. Now you've learned how to interact with on-screen items using VoiceOver. In the next continue previous upcoming text entry with VoiceOver. Continue button. Home gesture. Use the home gesture to unlock your iPhone, or to go to the home screen when your phone is unlocked. Practice the continue button. Slide one finger up from the bottom edge of the screen and lift it when you feel one vibration. Lift for home. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue button. App switcher. To cycle between apps without going to the home screen, use the app switcher gesture, then swipe left or right until the app you want is selected, then double tap to switch to it. Practice the app switcher gesture now without leaving the tutorial. Continue button. Slide one finger up from the bottom edge. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. Continue. Control center. Control center gives you quick access to the things you do most. You can use control center to quickly take a picture, turn on Wi-Fi, and more. Practice the gesture to open it here. Continue. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. Notification center. Notification center shows your step completed. You've completed. Continue button. The 2-finger scrub or escape gesture. The 2-finger step completed. You continue button. Screen curtain. The screen curtain gesture turns the display black as if it's turned off, but the screen contents are still active. You may want to use this for privacy reasons. You'll now practice turning the screen curtain on and off. Continue button. Triple tap with 3. Screen curtain off. Step completed. Now, triple tap. Screen curtain on. Step completed. Triple tap with 3. Continue button. Navigate your iPhone completed. You've learned several VoiceOver gestures to navigate across your iPhone. In the next collection, you will learn to use the VoiceOver rotor, a tool which enables VoiceOver customization and efficient navigation. Continue button. The rotor. The rotor is a bidirectional wheel you can use to control VoiceOver. Some items, like speaking rate, are quickly available using the rotor. You can also enable different navigation and input methods, and customize the rotor. To use the rotor, you will rotate 2 fingers as if you're turning a dial. Practice the gesture to select a rotor item. Continue button. Place 2 fingers on the screen and rotate them clockwise. Place 2 fingers on the screen and rotate them clockwise or counterclockwise. Continue button. Place 2 fingers. Continue button. Practice the rotor gestures. Once you've selected a rotor item, you'll swipe up or down to navigate by items or options within the current rotor item. Practice these gestures now. Continue button. Perform the rotor gesture. Perform the retry practice. Continue button. Practice using the rotor. Now that you know, practice. Retry practice. But continue. You've completed the VoiceOver rotor collection. You learned and practiced the VoiceOver rotor, an essential tool for VoiceOver navigation. Next, you'll learn more VoiceOver interaction gestures. Continue. Previous lesson. Continue. Open an item's action menu. There is one other use of the swipe up and down gesture, and that is for actions on certain items. If an item has actions, VoiceOver will announce that when you land on the item, and you can swipe to select one, then double tap to perform it. Continue button. Swipe right to move to the practice. Continue. Step completed. Now, activate to hear sound. Activate default, stopping sound, starting sound. Step completed. You've completed. Continue, button. The long press gesture. The long press gesture often reveals additional actions you can perform on an item, like message reactions or contextual menu. To use long press with VoiceOver, triple tap the screen with one finger. Continue, button, swipe right to continue, but practice, like this message if you're enjoying learning VoiceOver. Like, button, button, dismiss context menu, button. Dismiss, practice, continue, button. Lesson 3, stop or start the current action with the magic tap. If media is playing, use the magic tap gesture to pause or play, regardless of the current app. Some apps also customize this gesture to activate the main control. For example, the capture button in camera, and the call or hang up button on phone. Practice it now. Continue, practice, swipe right, continue, button, step completed. Now, double tap with 2 fingers to hear the stop sound. Advanced VoiceOver commands completed. You learn more gestures for interacting with VoiceOver items. Continue on to the last collection to learn how to type with VoiceOver. Continue, button. Keyboard typing styles. There are 3 styles to type with VoiceOver. These are standard typing, touch typing, and direct touch typing. You will choose one here, but you can change it in settings at any time. Swipe right to hear detailed descriptions of each style and select which one you'd prefer before practicing typing on the next. Selected. Standard typing, touch typing for this. Selected. Stamp. Continue. Button. Keyboard typing. Now practice using VoiceOver to type in the text field. Go back to the previous page if you want to select a different typing style. Continue. Practice. Type here. Text field. Step completed. Cap T. Cap G. Cap H. I. Continue. You've completed the VoiceOver text entry collection. Congratulations, you've completed the VoiceOver tutorial. Go back to the collections page to review earlier lessons or activate the done button to leave the tutorial. Go to go to collections page. Completed. Text completed. Complete. You've done VoiceOver tutorial. Done button. VoiceOver heading. Set VoiceOver. Voice tap double learn what's VoiceOver tip. What's new in VoiceOver link. Done. VoiceOver. Heading. What's new with VoiceOver in iOS 18? Heading. Live recognition. Detect text, people, doors, furniture and more by using the live recognition rotor. VoiceOver voice rotor. The VoiceOver language rotor has become the voice rotor. Select any combination of voices, including those from the same language. Audio ducking. In VoiceOver greater than audio settings, choose whether ducking is off, only active when speaking or always active. Control the level of the VoiceOver volume to be both louder and softer than media. VoiceOver tutorial. Learn how to use VoiceOver in a new tutorial that explains how to use VoiceOver commands to control iPhone. Startup haptic. VoiceOver uses a haptic to indicate it has started. It can be turned off in VoiceOver greater than audio greater than sounds and haptic settings. Delay before selection. Control the amount of time before VoiceOver will select an item on the screen after touching the screen. Increasing this value can help reduce accidental touches moving focus. New language support. VoiceOver now supports Lithuanian and Kazakh. What's new with Braille in iOS 18? Heading. Braille input and output. Change your Braille input and output settings independently by choosing any language or table. Use the new Braille input and Braille output rotors, which replace the Braille table rotor. Reconnect your Braille displays. Quickly reconnect your Braille displays by restarting VoiceOver or assigning a gesture to the Reconnect Braille Displays command. Item chooser for Braille displays. Press return to start searching for items matching the entered text. Non-blinking cursor for Braille displays. The cursor indicator will not blink if prefer non-blinking cursor in motion settings is on. Braille screen input activation. Quickly start Braille screen inputs at any time by double tapping with 2 fingers at the far edges of the screen. Braille screen input automatic activation. Turn on start automatically when editing text to start Braille screen input when a text control is activated. Item chooser for Braille screen input. Activate Braille screen input in any app and start typing to search for an item. Braille screen input command mode. Control VoiceOver using Braille chords while Braille screen input is active. Keep Braille screen input active. Turn on keep active until dismissed to stay in Braille screen input after launching an app or selecting an item. 6-dot cells with Braille screen input. Insert a 6-dot Braille cell by tapping 6 fingers one time while using Braille screen input. Sound, haptic, and visual feedback for Braille screen input. Get sound and haptic feedback for typing and mode changes. Show or hide visual feedback while typing. Japanese kanji conversion in Braille screen input. Braille screen input can list and select candidates when using Japanese. Multi-line text on 2D Braille displays. On supported 2D Braille devices, display text and items on multiple lines. Use the Braille text mode rotor to change modes. Multi-line text on Japanese kanji conversion in Braille. VoiceOver heading. Screen recording. Cellular. Screen record.